There's a quote that I've come across that I really love, and it is less stuff, more life. And this minimalist lifestyle concept has really taken over the internet and the world over the past few years. And I think it's a good thing because it teaches us that we don't have to be in a constant state of stress and anxiety about what stuff to get, where do I put it, how do I store it, how do I declutter it. Like when you're living with less stuff, you really can enjoy life more. The problem is a lot of people look at the minimalist lifestyle and they're scared of it. They think it's austere, it's uncomfortable. How would I live like that? I'm so comfortable with all of this stuff. So in this video, I want to show you 7 great minimalist habits that you can bring into your life. Many of them I've done, some of them I'm going to be doing because I really love that lifestyle. And as you can see, I'm not a total minimalist, a purist minimalist, if you will, but I am somebody who really has taken to this lifestyle, and the more I go on in life, the less stuff I want to buy. And just a quick reminder, if you haven't done so already, to subscribe to the Clean My Space channel and give this video a thumbs up if you've been trying to live a more minimalist lifestyle. When you decide to go through and change to a more minimalist lifestyle, the first place you're going to have to tackle is your home. You're going to have to look at all the items in your home and decide if you need and love everything that's there. And of course, anything that you don't need or don't love, you get rid of. And the second part to that is when you're out shopping, you become a much more mindful shopper. And to be very honest, that's the part of minimalist living that I love. I am such a good shopper now. So I want to give you a tool that you can use when you're going through your home, and this is a habit that you can get into whether you're looking at something at the house or you're looking at something when you're out shopping or on your laptop in your pajamas shopping, whatever it is. And this is the way you're going to engage with this tool. There's this saying that I heard a long time ago, and it says, a friend comes into your life for a reason, a season, or a lifetime. And I think the same thing goes with an item. When you're thinking about the utility or the usefulness of an item, you have to ask yourself, do I need it for a reason, a season, or a lifetime? And if you can't answer that with the item that you're thinking about, don't get it. And when you do get that item, if it fits into one of those categories, make sure that's how long you keep it for. And then let's say it's for a reason, it's a one-time use thing, you move on from it. Don't hang on to it. That's when you start to accumulate more clutter. When I was young, I used to love spending time at the library and taking books out. And then when I got a little bit older and had some money in my pocket, I liked to buy my own books and have a bookshelf. Then when I got into this whole Clean My Space thing, I realized that unless the book was a reference book, like, I don't know, say a cleaning book, I probably didn't need that book anymore. So when it comes to things that you probably will only need one time or a very small period of time throughout the year or your life, what you can think about instead is rental. So look to rent something instead of buy it, whether it is something you can pick up at a library. In our libraries, you can get books, DVDs, video games, you can rent all kinds of things. But you can also rent clothing. In fact, I went to an event last year and I rented a gorgeous dress that would have cost me well over $1,000, but I paid a very small percentage of that just to be able to wear it for one night. And they dry cleaned it. It was a fabulous service. There are all kinds of services available like this, whether it's fractional ownership or straight up rental like a library. Either way, it's something you pay a small price for, you get the benefit of having the item exactly when you need it, and then you just give it back. You don't need to store it and you don't need to maintain it. If you're curious to find out how much food waste your country produces, just type into Google food waste country, whatever your country is, Food Waste Canada, and you should see a number pop up that will make your eyes bug out of your head. It is frightening how much food is going in the garbage. So in thinking about the minimalist lifestyle, we can also think about our eating habits and how much food we're bringing into our home, what we're actually consuming, and what we're wasting. So what you can do is think about meal prepping. That way you're using a bulk amount of food, you're creating an adequate amount of meals that you can either keep in your fridge or your freezer, and you're not leaving, a half-opened can of tomato sauce in your fridge that you may or may not get to. We have so many things. I mean, when I open my fridge sometimes, I don't understand why we have 6 different kinds of mustard, Why would I buy the cheap mustard and the expensive mustard? I'll just get the mustard I really love and I won't worry about the other things. And when you look in your pantry, you probably see a jar of this, a can of that, a package of this. If you notice that you are stocking things up in your pantry, you're not eating your way through those items, and then you're shopping and you're putting even more stuff in your pantry, it sounds to me like you might actually have to cook through your pantry so that you're not cluttering it up with food that you may not end up eating. Being organized actually does play a large part in living a minimalist lifestyle. And it's something that could be a little bit difficult if you're somewhat of a scatterbrain like I tend to be. However, I found that doing this has really reined me in, because when you don't plan ahead for things, you end up buying things on the go that you don't necessarily need, and then you're stuck with them and you've spent more money. In fact, companies love charging a premium for things that you didn't really need, but you need at this particular time and place. So what you can do is plan your week or your day in advance. That way you know exactly what you need, you pack appropriately for it, so you're never stuck in a pinch. For example, if I'm going out with Riley, I know that I will pack the right amount of bottles, the right amount of diapers, wipes, a change of clothing, all that kind of stuff. So that way, in the event that there's an explosion and I need to change her outfit and she's hungry, I'm not scrambling and I'm not buying things that I don't need. If you're the kind of person who likes to be challenged or thinks the way that I'll get started with something is by doing a 28-day challenge, whether it's a new diet, an exercise program, a money-saving plan that you have, or a minimalist lifestyle that you want to lead. So what I recommend is go online and see the different minimalist living challenges that come up. There are so many of them. They are so cool. We've seen a whole bunch of them. And it depends really on who you are and what you feel you can handle. There are some that just tell you to get rid of one item a day. Some say on your first day, get rid of one item. On your second day, get rid of 2 items. And by the end of the month, you'll have gotten rid of 400 plus items. There are so many different ways that you can do this. But the point is, if you find a challenge that you like and you stick to it, by the end of the period of time which you challenged yourself, you will live that authentic minimalist life. That'll be you. So if you're into it, challenge yourself. Here's something that makes me a little bit uncomfortable, but I think it's really important to address because it's a trend and it's something that a lot of people are moving toward. And that is thinking about getting yourself a uniform. And the reason people like to do this is because it takes the anxiety and the stress out of getting dressed in the morning. I honestly understand what that feels sometimes. Not all the time, because I really do enjoy picking outfits, but some people don't. It really freaks them out. So many folks just pick out a style of t-shirt or top that they really like, a style of pants that they really like. They're really good quality. They get 5 or 10 of them. They get, 5 pairs of pants, and they're constantly wearing the same thing over and over again. Clearly it's clean, but it just makes getting dressed a lot easier. Think of Steve Jobs. The guy wore a turtleneck and a jeans like it was nobody's business, and everybody knows him for that. That was his uniform. Going through and living this more minimalist lifestyle will actually help you develop the skills and habits that you need to minimalize or declutter other parts of your life that are really stressing you out. Let me give you a few examples. Finances, friendships, work situations, things that are really stressing you out but seem huge and overwhelming and frankly frightening and complicated to deal with. One of the things that you can do is take these skills, the things that we've talked about today, these habits, so being more deliberate, being thoughtful, looking at renting versus buying, all of these things that we've talked about, you can apply them to the different circumstances in your life that are really freaking you out or challenging you, and you can start to slim things down. A great example is debt. If you have 4 different bank accounts at 3 different banks and 9 different credit cards and 2 loans, the first thing you want to do is simplify and streamline that, consolidate everything so that it's easier for you to deal with. Once you've kissed the frog when it comes to the clutter around your house, and I often say kiss the frog because it's like the scariest thing to do, you just do it and then you move on, you can start doing that with the other things in your life and you just live much simpler and much easier. And that brings me to this week's common question, which is, what are your thoughts on the whole uniform situation? Are you somebody who could transition into wearing just a uniform, so really good quality tops, really good quality pants, but the same thing day after day? Or are you somebody who needs the regular pizzazz in their outfit? And the second part to that question is, what are your thoughts on clothing rental? Do you think that that's a cool idea, a good way to continually cycle and transition your closet without having to stock it up with things? Or no, you have to get something and you need to own that thing? Let me know in the comments down below. Here are a couple of other videos I think you're going to love, and if you want to learn more about Maker's Clean Microfiber Cloths, you can click this button right over here. There is a button down there that lets me know you care, so click it if you liked this video, and click this button right here to subscribe and begin your journey to a cleaner life. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.